There are an estimated 1 million Americans sleeping in vehicles tonight. Retired couples, folks between jobs, people who had one bad year, and the ones who sleep well have learned which parking lots, which stretches of public land, and which small towns will legally let you stay. No fee, no knock on the window at 2 in the morning. Tonight we count down 20 of those places. Then, at the end, 10 places that look perfectly safe, places people park every single night, that are actually illegal and can cost you a ticket, a tow bill, or worse. Number 3 on that list surprises almost everyone. Let's start where most people start. Number 20, Walmart. There is no nationwide Walmart policy on overnight parking, and that catches people off guard. Each store manager decides, and in some bigger cities, local ordinance takes the choice away from the manager entirely. So the move is simple. Walk inside the Walmart Supercenter, find the manager on duty, and ask politely. In small towns across the South and the Midwest, the answer is usually yes. The tradition goes back to Sam Walton himself, who drove a beat-up camper across America in the 1970s and told his managers to leave overnight travelers alone. He knew what the road asks of a person. Honor the deal on your end. Park along the edge of the lot away from the doors. One night only. Lights off. Nothing set up outside the vehicle. Buying a few groceries before you sleep is not required, but it keeps a 50-year-old agreement alive. Number 19, Cracker Barrel. Those brown rocking chairs on the front porch mark one of the most traveler-friendly chains in the country. Most Cracker Barrel locations keep dedicated RV and bus spaces around the back of the building, and managers approve overnight stays as a matter of routine. The understood trade is that you eat there. Dinner before you sleep, breakfast in the morning, even something small. The lots are bright, busy into the evening, and staffed until late, which matters a great deal when you are sleeping in a vehicle alone. One warning from people who do this often. Skip Saturday night. Sunday morning is their biggest rush and they need every space in that lot. Number 18. Cabela's and Bass Pro Shops. These giant outdoor stores with the log cabin storefronts were built for people who travel, and most locations openly welcome overnight parking. Many even have dump stations and fresh water for RVs, which almost nothing else on this list offers for free. Their customers are hunters, anglers, and road trippers, so a van in the lot overnight is not unusual. It is expected. The etiquette works the same as everywhere else. Check in with customer service, park where they point you, and be gone reasonably early. A bag of jerky on the way out keeps the welcome warm. Number 17. Truck stops. Pilot, Flying J, Love's, and TA travel centers sit along every major interstate in the country, and overnight rest is the entire reason they exist. The car and RV rows are open to anyone, just never take a semi-space. Those drivers are federally required to rest, and taking their spot causes real problems for someone doing their job. What you get in return is hard to beat. Hot showers for a few dollars, hot food around the clock, bright lights, and cameras everywhere. The free loyalty programs are worth 5 minutes of your time. Love's gives members free coffee, and Flying J builds up shower credits. For anyone's first night sleeping in a vehicle, a busy truck stop on an interstate is about the safest place in America. Number 16. Highway rest areas. This one depends entirely on the state line you just crossed. Texas allows a full 24 hours. Montana, Wyoming, Nevada, Idaho, and Oregon permit overnight rest at most of their areas. Other states post 3-hour or 8-hour limits, and the sign at the entrance is what governs. So read it every single time. The rule that never changes anywhere is that you rest inside your vehicle. No tent on the grass, no folding chairs, no camp stove. You are a tired driver, and tired drivers are exactly who these places were built for. If you have the choice, the welcome centers at state borders are cleaner, brighter, and better patrolled than the small midway stops. Number 15. Casino parking lots. A casino wants you inside the building, and that simple fact makes their giant lots some of the most welcoming free parking in the country, especially tribal casinos and the small desert casinos scattered across rural Nevada. Walk in, find security or the Players Club desk, and ask about overnight parking. Most will say yes, and many will sign you up for a free rewards card that comes with a meal voucher or a few dollars of play. The lots are lit like daylight and patrolled all night, and the restrooms stay open. Towns like Laughlin, Pahrump, and Elko are famously easy. Las Vegas itself is a different story, and we will get to that in the illegal section. Number 14. Camping World and RV dealerships. This one hides in plain sight. Camping World locations and many independent RV dealers allow overnight parking on their lots because people sleeping in vehicles are literally their customer base. Some Camping World stores keep a designated row along the fence line for exactly this. Call ahead or ask inside during business hours. Dealerships in particular can be surprisingly generous, since a van parked overnight near rows of gleaming motorhomes is not a problem to them. It is a future customer sitting in the lot. Number 13. Church parking lots. This is the oldest tradition on the entire list. For most of American history, travelers in a hard season turned to churches as a matter of course, and in many towns that has never stopped. The approach matters. Call the church office during weekday hours. Explain your situation briefly and honestly, and offer to be gone by a set time in the morning. Many will say yes, and the yes tends to be genuine. Some congregations quietly let the same vehicle park behind the building for months. The rejections are almost always polite, and in a growing number of cities, churches have gone a step further, which brings us to something most people have never heard of. Number 12. Safe parking programs. These are organized, managed overnight lots, usually on church or nonprofit property, where people living in vehicles can park legally with restrooms, security, and caseworkers on site. Santa Barbara has run one since 2004 and now manages more than 200 spaces across the city. San Jose, Denver, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, and more cities add programs every year. The way in is a free 3-digit phone call. Dial 211, the social services helpline, tell them your situation, and ask about safe parking near you. It is the difference between hoping for the best in a random lot and having a legal spot with your name on it every night, plus someone whose actual job is helping you towards something more permanent. Number 11. Home improvement stores. Home Depot and Lowe's lots fill with contractor trucks and trailers before sunrise, which means a vehicle parked overnight along the edge blends in better than almost anywhere else. There is no official corporate policy, so this works like Walmart. Ask the manager. Park far from the entrance and leave early when the contractors roll in. In working towns, a clean van in a hardware store lot draws no attention at all. One night, quiet, gone by 7. That is the whole arrangement. And remember that word, quiet, because several spots in the illegal countdown later look just as calm as this one and end very differently. Number 10. BLM land. Now we leave the parking lots behind, because the Bureau of Land Management controls 245 million acres of public land across the West, from the Arizona desert to the Oregon high country, and dispersed camping on it is free and legal for every American. 14 days in one spot, then move 25 miles and start again. No fees, no reservations, no one to ask. The desert around Quartzsite, Arizona fills every winter with thousands of vans and RVs, retired couples, widowers, solo travelers on fixed incomes, people who come back year after year and know each other by name. Free apps, like iOverlander and Campendium, show the boundaries so you know you are on the right ground. Camp on already disturbed dirt, stay 100 feet from water, pack out what you bring in. Number 9. National forests. The National Forest System covers 193 million acres across 43 states, and most of it allows the same free dispersed camping, 14 days at a stretch. This is different from national parks, which charge entry and run paid campgrounds. A forest road pull-off in the Ozark National Forest in Arkansas, the Pisgah in North Carolina, or the Mark Twain in Missouri costs nothing. The one thing that changes everything out west is fire season. In a dry summer, whole districts close to camping, and those closures move week to week. Call the ranger district before you count on a spot, because the fine for camping in a closed area is very real. Number 8. National grasslands. Almost nobody talks about these. The Forest Service manages 20 national grasslands, nearly 4 million acres of open prairie across the Great Plains and the West, and the same free 14-day rules apply. The Pawnee National Grassland in Colorado and the Buffalo Gap in South Dakota offer wide-open horizons, dark night skies, and often not another vehicle in sight. In summer, when the famous forest spots fill up, the grasslands sit nearly empty. For anyone who values quiet over postcard scenery, this may be the best-kept secret on public land. Number 7. Army Corps of Engineers Lakes. The Corps manages reservoirs in 43 states, and this is the public land answer for everyone east of the Rockies. Lakes in Georgia, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and all through the Ozarks in Missouri and Arkansas. Many Corps campgrounds charge a small fee, but a number of the primitive areas are completely free. No hookups, sometimes no running water, but legal waterfront land where families have camped for generations. One detail matters. Some free sites still require registration, either on recreation.gov or a paper self-permit in a box at the entrance. 5 minutes of paperwork makes you fully legal. Skipping it makes you not. Number 6. Wildlife management areas. Most states run their own systems of public hunting and fishing land, and many allow free primitive camping with nothing more than a cheap or free permit from the state wildlife agency. Texas alone has hundreds of thousands of acres of it. So do Florida, Georgia, and most of the Midwest. These areas sit almost empty outside hunting season, and the gravel access lots make easy overnight spots. Check your state's Fish and Wildlife website, learn the season dates, and wear orange if you walk around in the fall. This is the answer for people in states with no BLM land at all. If any part of this life is yours right now, or might be soon, or you know someone quietly headed there, I put together something called the Van Life Savings Manual. It covers the money side of living in a vehicle in far more detail than a video can. What to spend, what to skip, month by month, and the mistakes that cost people the most in their first year on the road. It is written in plain language for real situations. The link is in the description below, or scan the QR code on your screen right now. Now, back to the countdown, because the top of this list is where it gets interesting. Number 5. Trailheads and fishing accesses. Across Montana, Idaho, and much of the Mountain West, state fishing access sites along rivers allow free or nearly free overnight stays. And plenty of forest trailheads permit overnight parking for a simple reason. Backpackers leave cars there for days at a time. The sign at the entrance tells you everything. If it does not prohibit overnight parking, a vehicle with a fishing rod visible inside looks exactly like what it should look like. Someone enjoying public land, which, legally speaking, is exactly what you are. Number 4. Driveway hosting. There is a word for parking your vehicle in the driveway of a friend, a family member, or a fellow traveler, and it sounds obvious, but many people are too proud to ask, and they spend cold nights in parking lots while a cousin 2 towns over has an empty driveway and would honestly love the company. Groups like Boondockers Welcome connect people with hosts across the country. A driveway means an extension cord, a hot shower, and a real conversation with another human being. There is no shame in it. There never was. Number 3. Small town city parks. This one surprises everyone who has never driven the Great Plains. Dozens of small towns across Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and the Dakotas maintain free overnight RV spots in their city parks, some with free electric hookups, because the town wants travelers to stop, buy gas, and eat at the local cafe. Places like Ellsworth, Kansas, and towns all along Highway 36 have done this for decades. You pull in, sometimes sign a book at City Hall, and sleep beside a quiet ball field. It is small-town America saying, in the plainest way possible, that you are welcome here. Number 2. Long-term public land rotation. Everything from the middle of this list comes together here. The 14-day limit on BLM and forest land becomes a rhythm once you understand it. Winter in the Arizona desert. Spring in the New Mexico forests. Summer on the Oregon coast, parcels a few miles from the water. Fall in the Utah canyons. People cycle through public land this way for entire years, in full compliance with the law, paying for nothing but food and fuel. Retired couples have done it for a decade straight. Whole communities have formed around it. This is the deepest answer American law offers to the question of where a person can simply exist for free. Number 1. Knowledge itself. Because here is what ties all 20 of these together. The people who struggle out here are almost never the ones with the least money. They are the ones who do not know the rules. Not every place on this list works because somebody asked the manager, read the sign, called 211, check the fire closure, sign the permit box. 15 minutes of knowing beats $100 of luck, every single time. And that is exactly why this next part matters, because now we get to the 10 places where guessing goes wrong. These are the places people assume are fine. They are not. Number 10. Residential streets in big cities. More than 100 American cities have passed vehicle habitation laws, rules that make sleeping in a vehicle illegal even when the parking itself is perfectly legal. Los Angeles is the famous example. Its municipal code bans vehicle dwelling on residential streets overnight, officers patrol for it, and the citations stack up fast. Unpaid tickets turn into a tow, and a tow yard holds your home until you pay several $100s to get it back. Before you park in any city neighborhood, know that city's rules. The sleeping, not the parking, is what they cite. Number 9. National Park roadsides. This trips up thousands of travelers every year because it feels like it should be legal. National forests allow roadside camping almost everywhere. National parks almost never do. Pull off at a scenic overlook in Yellowstone or Yosemite for the night, and a ranger will knock on your window before sunrise, and federal citations run well over $100, sometimes with a mandatory court date attached. Inside a national park, you sleep in a designated campground with a reservation, or you drive back out to the national forest land that usually sits right outside the park boundary, where the same night is free and legal. Number 8. Beach parking lots. That ocean view at sunset feels like an invitation to stay. In almost every coastal town in California, Florida, and along the Gulf, it is not. Beach lots close at posted hours and get patrolled, precisely because so many people try to sleep there, and coastal towns fund themselves partly on those tickets. Some California beach towns write overnight parking citations every single night of the year. Enjoy the sunset, take the photo, then drive 20 minutes inland to a truck stop or a Walmart, where the same night costs you nothing. Number 7. Las Vegas casino lots. Rural Nevada casinos welcome you with open arms. Las Vegas itself passed city ordinances against overnight vehicle habitation, and casino security on the Strip enforces them, because the resorts do not want lots full of parked sleepers. The same player's card approach that works perfectly in Elko gets you a flashlight in the window in Las Vegas. The good news is that Laughlin and Pahrump are each about an hour away, happy to have you, and the casino coffee is just as hot there. Number 6. Highway shoulders and on-ramps. Beyond being illegal in most states outside a genuine emergency, this is the single most dangerous spot in this entire video. A parked vehicle on a dark shoulder is a target for drowsy drivers doing 70 miles an hour, and Highway Patrol data ties shoulder collisions to some of the worst crashes on American roads. Troopers move people along for a good reason. They have worked those accident scenes. The next exit always has something better, even if it is just a gas station lot with the lights on. Number 5. Shopping malls and grocery lots without permission. People assume every big parking lot works like Walmart. They do not. Mall lots are watched by contracted private security companies with towing agreements already signed, which means no warning ticket, no knock, just an empty parking space where your home used to be. Tow yards charge hundreds of dollars plus daily storage fees, and for someone living in that vehicle, losing it for even 3 days can unravel everything. No manager's blessing, no stay. It is that simple. Number 4. School and park-adjacent streets. Many cities that tolerate vehicle dwelling elsewhere draw a hard legal line within a few hundred feet of schools, playgrounds, and parks, often with enhanced fines that double the normal citation. These zones get patrolled in the early morning, exactly when you would still be asleep, and officers there rarely give warnings. The trap is that the restriction is usually posted at the ends of the block, not at your parking space. Walk the whole street and read every sign before you settle in for the night. Number 3. State parks after hours. This is the one that surprises almost everyone. That beautiful state park with the lake and the picnic tables locks its gates at dusk, and staying in the day-use lot past closing is a citation in nearly every state. Rangers sweep those lots at closing time, and in some states the gate physically locks behind you, which means a ticket and a trapped vehicle until morning. People assume public park means public all night. It means the opposite. Day use is exactly what it says, and the campground 50 yards away requires a paid reservation. Number 2. Rest areas in no overnight states. The same rest area that welcomes you for 24 hours in Texas gets you a knock in states that post 3-hour limits, and mean them. Crossing one state line can change the law completely, even on the same interstate, on the same night, in the same vehicle. The posted sign always wins over anything you read online. When in doubt, drive 20 more minutes to a truck stop, where the question never even comes up. Number 1. Anywhere with a posted sign you decided to ignore. Every ticket, every tow, every 2 a.m. flashlight in the window on this list traces back to the same decision. Seeing the sign and gambling anyway. The people who live in vehicles for years without a single citation are not lucky. They read the sign, and when the sign says no, they use one of the 20 places that say yes. So that is the real map. 20 places across this country, from a Walmart edge row in a small Kansas town to 245 million acres of desert and forest that already belong to you, where a person sleeping in a vehicle can do it legally, safely, and for free every single night of the year. The worst moment in a hard situation is the one where you believe there is nowhere to go. There is always somewhere. Now you know where. Leave a comment and tell me which of these you have actually used, or which of the illegal ones you learned the hard way. I read every one, and the things people share down there help other travelers more than they know. See you in the next one.